I am ready.
Don't say
All
that
right.
part.
What's your name, age, and pronouns, please?
I am ready.
You
You
gotta turn
said
off
what?
the
What do I need to
you
do?
gotta you gotta turn off the video first, or it's gonna give
Okay.
feedback.
Okay. I'm changing. Your daughter's changing. Uh-oh. My daughter changing. Not into a transgender. Okay. So my name is what did you ask for my name and my age?
I asked for your name, age, and pronouns. Yeah.
My name, age, and pronouns.
Yeah.
My name is Fab. I am 52 years old,
Okay.
and I am, of course, a girl, a woman.
Okay. What are you
My
here to?
pronoun is
Okay.
her.
Okay. Got it. What are you here to debate about?
Um, well, I would like to first of all say that Donald Trump should be president, and he is the best president for the job. I'm not getting what they're selling. I'm voting for the selling.
Okay. What makes Donald Trump the best president?
Well, he's more in depth and he makes more sense than the craziness that's going on in the world today. Like all the stuff that's not important, like giving money to the Ukraine, putting America first and the people of America first. Also, um, oh, the border. Oh my goodness, they need to get those people back where they come from. Okay, okay. They just like sucking our resources, and the economy is in the shit bowl. I mean, crap bowl.
Yeah. So really quickly, just a few things. Trump gave money to Ukraine during his tenure. He gave them military aid as well.
No,
So yes, he did.
he did. Well, I'm not aware of that, and I'm sure it wasn't billions of dollars.
Tell him you're black.
I think he knows I'm black.
I don't know what
I
that has
am
to
a
do.
black Trump supporter, and I
Okay. I don't
have
know.
been.
I don't know what that has to do with anything, but okay.
Okay, it does evidently because black has, I'm supposed to systemic racism. I hear you're on those topics as well. I don't feel like a
Yeah.
victim.
Okay. Just because somebody doesn't feel like they're being affected by something doesn't mean that that thing doesn't exist, right?
No, it does not.
Okay.
So what do you feel like? Okay, you don't feel like that people that have grown up here and we see things happening. A lot of people don't feel the same way.
Well, I don't really care how people feel, right? I care about like
Oh,
what
you don't
relevant.
care how they feel, but you're talking
No.
about transgenders and how
Yeah.
they
This
feel,
what?
and they can feel that they're a woman
Well, they don't feel that they are women. They just are.
or men or whatever. They can feel like they can be a furry, a cat, or a dog.
No, I don't think
It's
people
what
can be
they feel
cats or
now.
dogs. No.
So it doesn't have anything to do with science.
No, it has everything to do with science. Gender
Okay,
identity is a
so what are
neurological
you saying?
concept. It exists in the brain.
What is your? It exists in the brain.
Yes,
Okay,
gender
so in
identity
that
is a neurological concept. Yeah.
a neurological concept. So it's their neurological concept is not a feeling.
No.
There's a difference. Could you
No.
tell me what that difference is?
Sure. When we talk about gender in the neurological sense, we're saying that your brain is hardwired to recognize your sex in a specific way. And some people's brains will be hardwired to be in alignment with their sex, and some people's brains will be hardwired to be in disalignment with their sex.
Okay, so when they have a XY chromosome and a double X chromosome, that doesn't matter anymore. It's when you're talking about gender.
Well, that one would matter when we're talking about sex, not when we're talking about gender. If we're talking about
Okay, so
sex, sure,
gender
your
now
chromosomes matter.
is a physiological thing. It's got to do with neuroscience.
Yeah,
Is what
gender would be a
so
neurosocial
it's been
concept. Yeah.
written. Is that dictionary definition of gender now?
Oh, I don't care what the dictionary definition is.
Okay, why not?
Dictionaries are descriptive, not prescriptive. Dictionaries don't set rules for how languages are supposed to be used. They just tell us how language is used at any given point in time. They're like more like a
Okay,
snapshot of any
point in
specific moment.
there is not specific as far as sex is specific.
Well, even if we want to use the dictionary definition makes a distinction between gender and sex as well.
Okay, so you think that biological men can have children
I don't think there's
and be pregnant?
anything. I don't think there's anything such as a biological man. I don't believe man to be a biological thing. I think it's a neurosocial thing, whereas the biological component would be your sex.
Okay, all right, that's not making a whole lot of sense. Okay, so when they say it's the first woman president, if Kamala Harris becomes president, what does that mean?
She would be the
She is
first
not a
person.
biological woman
She would be the first
person,
person to identify as a woman who is the president.
but she is a woman.
Yeah, I mean, she tells us she is. Yeah,
If she tells us she is,
that's the only way to know if somebody's a woman or not is whether they
you're
tell you.
not making sense because you're contradicting yourself. You're saying one thing, but then when it's time for a woman to be president, a biological woman, you try to switch it up
I don't
and
believe there's
make
any
it
such thing as a biological
okay.
woman.
There's no such thing as, yes, there is.
No, the category of woman is a social category, not a biological one.
Well, that's in this new age stuff. So we're going to put away with all of that.
That's how it's always been, basically.
That's one thing. I mean, yeah, no nonsense in this pronoun stuff. So you think that it is my obligation as a person that is not thinking that biologically women are not women and men are not men. I'm wrong, and I have to go along with what you say.
You don't have to do anything, but I would think that you are wrong by not doing it. You can exist in the world and be wrong. That's fine. I don't care. But yeah, you don't have to go along with anything. Right?
But
I don't have to believe that the earth is round, but like we all know it is.
I have made the feel on what your level of thinking is, which is outlandish.
Okay. I don't know what that's to do with anything.
You don't know what that has to do with anything. It's got a lot to do with a lot because we're getting pushed along with all this, gays are, this is the way it's going to be, and straight people are bad. And it just seems very, very like.
I'm sorry, who said that straight people are bad?
I mean, we're not saying, I don't have any problem with gay people or anything like that, but don't push me where I have to say, well, call me by my pronouns, and then they're going to make it a hate crime if I don't. I mean, what kind of mess is that?
A few things. One, I don't know whoever said straight people are bad. I am straight, so I'm not sitting here saying straight people are bad. I'm a straight. And two, nobody's there. You don't get a hate crime charge for misgendering somebody.
People have gotten fired because they have not misgendered people.
Getting fired because you break an HR policy is not the same as getting arrested for hate crime.
Well, why is it a policy in the first place?
Because they want you to be respectful of other people in the workplace.
Well, how can they be respectful of me if I don't believe in what they're saying?
By not calling you something that you aren't.
Well.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
If my workplace says I have to be respectful of interracial couples, but I don't believe in interracial couples, so when I see one in my job, I'm like, you guys shouldn't be married. Races shouldn't mix. Is it okay if my job fires me?
Anything like that. I would not. That is totally different.
It's not.
You
it's the
try
same
to
thing.
Put this gender thing into the black category or biracial category, and it just simply is not so.
I'm sorry. Are there not black trans people?
There are, and I mean,
okay.
I feel the same way. I don't see the black people, the black trans talking about, you got to call me him, her, if I'm he, him, or whatever. I mean,
No, but did we not tell white people they had to respect interracial marriages?
Well, that's
did we not
fine
force
with
that
me.
on?
I mean,
okay, but do you not understand how this is like the same concept? We're forcing people to align with something that's like anti-bigotry.
this is not bigotry. We are talking. If you give them a foot, they'll give them. I mean, we're talking about people that are furries. We're talking about we've
We're
gone
not
too
talking about
far.
furries, by the
Okay,
way.
where do you draw the line? I mean, come on.
No one's talking about furries, by
I
the
mean,
way. Just
you can
FYI.
definitely see a black. You can definitely see a couple is biracial. You can't tell if a man is going to identify as a woman. I mean, we've had several problems with people going into the restroom with little girls to say, "Oh, I'm a man today," and then you can change that up anytime you want.
Can you provide me one
Okay,
instance
now
of a trans person
what
going
makes
into the
there?
restroom with a little girl?
You saying these people that identify as whatever they're going to identify, if they have a penis and they have identified as a woman and they have a penis, now women can have penises? It's just not making any sense.
Yeah,
son.
some women have penises. Yeah.
Transgenders have penises.
No,
Okay,
some
now they
cisgender
need
women,
to come
some
out the
cisgender
closet
women.
or whatever.
Hold
We
on,
don't want to
hold on, ma'am,
live. I
ma'am,
mean, most people do
ma'am,
not want to live in a
ma'am,
society where
ma'am,
people are delusional. This
ma'am,
used to be a
ma'am,
psychiatric problem not
ma'am,
very long ago. It still
ma'am,
is. It's very
ma'am,
voodoo. And
ma'am. Some
yes,
cisgender women, some women who are born female, have an expressed SRY gene and have a penis. They are born
those
with
people
X
are. How many people that
chromosomes.
is? Not that many. Okay.
I don't care about the rate of it. It still happens. So if it happens, that means women can have penises, right?
Well, they better have that gene.
Well, yeah, everybody has an SRY gene. It's just about whether it's expressed or not.
Now, some people, are, what they have, the double sex or whatever. And I know some people have a two X's and a Y, and some people have two Y's and an X or something like that.
Yes,
Okay,
sexual,
that's totally different.
sexual.
But and then some people are born with their testicles or born without testicles, and some people born with both. So I mean, they pick a side.
Yeah, so some people,
And those
human
people,
sexual
they are
development
what?
is a very complex thing and is not black and white. Human sexual development represents itself in like hundreds of thousands of different
But
gene
we're not
variations and
playing games, okay? Now there has been a lot of estrogen and stuff put in the food and soybeans and stuff that made a lot of men very feminine.
you think
Okay,
that
so
estrogen in the
that's
food
been
makes men feminine?
Excuse me.
You think estrogen in the food makes men feminine?
They do put it in there, and a lot of soybeans. Soybeans do cause estrogen in the body.
My question is, do you think this makes people feminine?
It does affect. Yes, it makes men soy boys. Yes.
I just want you to know there is no scientific evidence of this. It would
There
would
is.
be
It's been a
there's not.
study.
There hasn't.
So estrogen it's a feminine hormone. So why wouldn't it?
Feminine hormones just mean that
Yes.
it can possibly give you secondary sexual
It
characteristics.
makes a lot of beta males.
Hold on. You don't know what you're talking about. So a feminine hormone would just mean, like, when we say something is a feminizing hormone, we just means that it can present you with secondary sex characteristics from the female sex, not that it turns you feminine, right?
Right. I'm saying, yeah, it gives you it makes you a beta male.
What's a
And
beta
that
male?
also can make you, when you feminine, like he got a lot of sugar in his tank. Okay. So
What
if
is
he
a
got
beta
too
male?
much estrogen, he got too much sugar in his tank.
I'm sorry, what is a beta male?
A beta male is a male that acts a little bit too feminine. Let's say that, too girly.
Okay, is there
A
something
girl
wrong with
power.
this? Is there something wrong with men acting feminine?
That's the problem, isn't it?
No, why would that be a problem?
I mean,
What's
because
the
if
problem?
they acting, start being more, what is it? I can't remember if it's the left brain or right brain, but women are, I guess we left brain, men are more right brain. It's a little bit, so you want something down. I do like something down the middle, but I mean, we got to come together on this and say, well, enough is enough. As
Wait, I'm
far
sorry.
as
I'm just
the
wondering.
kids are so
I just feel like
The
you
kids,
haven't told me what's wrong with
right,
with a man being
that we
feminine.
are creating a place where it's okay and it's really not okay. All right. And still after gender affirming surgery or whatever, they like years down the line they change their mind. They say, oh my gosh, I cut my dick off and now what am I gonna do?
Yeah,
I
I'm
wanted that.
waiting for you to tell me what's wrong
And
with
then
someone
they
with a man being feminine. I'm just waiting on what's wrong with that.
it's we don't want man's milk in our babies, okay? Like they're trying to
What?
breastfeed now. That makes them feminine.
What are you talking
Uh,
about? Can you just
What
tell
am
me
I talking
why men
about?
cannot be feminine? What's the issue with men being feminine?
What's the issue? I
Yep.
mean, we have to have people. Men need to be fighting, and women.
Why?
Yeah, we can fight too, okay? But we need our men not to be soy boys and like
Why?
to. I mean, it's okay to be feminine to a certain point as far as
Apparently it's
caring and
not.
nurturing, okay?
Apparently it's
But
not. You
not
don't
like
want them to be feminine. You don't want men.
on
It
lipstick.
seems like you're pretty anti any type of man that shows any sort of feminine
Well,
traits,
that's
and you
not
can't tell
true.
me why.
I don't want my man like a caveman. I'm just like you just going too far. I'm saying the estrogen in the man doesn't make him a little bit more feminine and like soy boy type. You know what I'm saying?
So
And the soybean and all
men
this
shouldn't
other stuff that they put
just
in the
confirming
food,
men shouldn't.
it's
You don't think?
definitely
Wait,
something. They putting
real
something in
quick.
the water.
You don't think men should drink beer then, right?
Just not Bud Light.
Well, beer has estrogen in it. All
Well,
beer has
but
estrogen in it. Alcohol in general tends to have estrogen, tends to raise estrogen levels in people. So men shouldn't
well, it
drink
seems like
alcohol.
it. It doesn't seem like it. So, like you said,
Did you know that
I guess that's not true.
estrogen as a hormone can lead to increased aggression? Did you know this?
You know, I have my full research on it, but we can look up what's his name, Alex Jones. He could tell us.
Alex Jones.
I know he did something with some frogs. I know they had a study,
Um,
and they the frogs, because of something, they started mating with each other and all this stuff. The male frogs. It made them feminine, females, or turned their sex. So there was a study done.
there's no fucking way. How do you feel about Alex Jones having to pay millions of dollars because he lied about kids getting killed?
And Sandy Hook,
Yeah.
who's the? I mean, a lot of the evidence that he showed of the people being crisis actors was kind of, on point. And not to mention some of the photos that they showed. I'm not saying nobody got killed, but a lot of those people, they have maybe hyped that story up a little bit. And
Okay.
maybe
You
the
think
people
Sandy Hook was
point
overhyped?
might. I'm not sure.
Mm.
I'm not sure. And it was just for entertainment purposes only, as far as I know. And if the families, if they say that happened, who are we to say that it did happen or didn't? Because
Well, Alex
anything
Jones got
can.
found guilty in a court of law for lying about it, for lying about the
Okay,
crisis
I
actors.
mean, find people guilty all the time, and they have people in the back rooms making the thing so. You know what I'm saying? Say it ain't so. I remember we had a news story not too long ago where that was near my hometown, where the lady supposedly got shot and killed. That was a news reporter, and then the man, whatever, he was a co-worker or something, shot himself. I don't buy that.
So you just confirming real quick. You don't
I think
trust.
our
You don't
false flags
trust. You don't
that
trust
you really
our
can't
criminal.
prove.
Wait, just
I'm not sure about what's his name, George Floyd. I'm not sure that really happened. Or what's the other girl? Sandra Massey or whatever her name was. I'm not sure
We
that really
have
happened.
we have the video of Sandra Macy
Oh,
being
we
shot.
got a video. They make deep fake videos all the time. Where have you been? You
The
can't trust
police
anything.
released the video.
If they're pushing it, if they pushing it, something definitely wrong. A
Okay,
lot
so
of
you
times
don't
they'll
just confirming. You don't
it's
trust
just
the criminal
it,
justice system to find anyone guilty, right?
I mean, heck, no, I find that they are using stuff to promote propaganda on certain things and causing people to riot. That's what I think. And another thing is that even though that lady supposedly that got shot in the face, I'm not really sure if that happened.
We have
So
okay. So wait, so when Trump was talking about the lady that was killed by migrants, how do I know that actually happened?
I don't know. Like I said, you can't trust anything.
Okay, so then I should let migrants in because we don't have any proof that they're actually harming the country.
And we don't have proof that Michelle Obama is a woman either. Or whatever you say.
Okay, I just want to confirm one thing. You said earlier that you're black, but you're okay with continuing to spread the theory that black women are men that has been spread for black women since like the dawn of colonization.
Oh, well, so is Megan Fox, and what's that other one? Serena Williams. I know that's a man. And then I mean, there's so many of them. They do it all the time in Hollywood.
It's very interesting when black people promote anti-black
All the
rhetoric.
time. So Megan, and we already know about Bruce Jenner. Okay, there's a whole bunch of people like they reverse roles. Men are women. Men are women and women are men.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's very
that's
interesting to me.
what
It's
they're
very interesting to me when black
It's
people promote
a
anti-black
way
rhetoric.
of making people lust after a man and women lust after
All right,
men.
ma'am, I'm gonna say
Oh,
something. And I want you to hopefully take this to heart. I think that you genuinely might be one of the dumbest people that I've talked to.
okay.
Like legitimately.
Well, likewise.
Like I haven't heard a single thing out of your mouth that has been a cohesive sentence. And I feel genuinely sorry for anyone that has to listen to you ramble for more than 5 minutes at a time. Wow. What the fuck?